on page Kufnun Hay. It says, "Uverolos aman kodem hashena." So in the fact, so he says, bringing up mayim nuk before sleep, sagi l'kol meshach hazivug. It's sufficient for the whole time of the yichud. So that's a little bit, first of all, that's a little bit mysterious to me. So he says, so we'll read down below in the Rehut. He says, V'af al pi shachazivug hazechem masmid. It continues on. V'chol kol chatzos achrona shel halayla, and it continues on through the whole second half of the night, ad or haboker. What is he talking about exactly? So he says, Hazivug ha'na'asa b'chatzos halayla, that yichud. He says, Nimshach b'meshach kol chetzio hasheni shel chalayla ad alus hashachar. So the yichud, he said, it is the word the yichud, right? V'ma'achashin is bar d'chalos hamayim nukin shema'ala adam b'shinaso. And he says, since that's happening, shema'ala adam b'shinaso he b'kedei liten koach el hanuk. So why is a person doing mayim nukving at that time? It's in order to bring koach to the nuk. Shetuchu la'achol zman b'zivug d'chatzos halayla, that she would be able to bring koach into that yichud and make it possible. So he says, let's go on. Im kain, l'chora choya ala ala lahashir lishon, a person should remain sleeping, gam la'achar chatzos halayla, even after chatzos halayla, kaven to the choretz, in other words, sleep right through, I think he means. That the choretz sarak shemesha calls them on, because what happens is your soul is going up, your neshama is going up, and it's causing mayim nukvin. As long as your soul is not back inside of your body, so to speak, then it's going to be affected mayim dochrin. It's going to bring brachos. If the kaven shel the choretz sarak shemesha kol zaman hazivuk tihi halos mayim nukvin de nuk. Became shachakoch la'alos man hu bekoch alias nishmasenu be'ez hashena. Im came the choretz richen anu lehi Shaar lishon calls the man meshach hazivug. So through that whole time, we should remain sleepy, because that's the agent that brings up the man. So he says, number kaf ches, he says, ein bekach klum, but it's nothing. At that moment, since it's already happened. What does that mean? So he says, it doesn't go like you just said. At the very beginning, if you're there to be able to, I think he means sleeping. He would talk about sleeping, right? That it's not necessary to go back through a law's mayim nukvin through that whole time of that zivug, because once it went up, okay, so therefore it's already possible here for you to get up at that time and to do what you need to do there. Now, let me see if there's something in the beginning that we were supposed to work on. Number Kaf Hay. Kaf Hay is down at the bottom of the first page. And let's see what it says. It says, so he said, V'afal pi shechazivug hazechet bit masmid v'cholei kol chatzos achrona shel halayla ad or haboker. That was talking about you should remain sleeping. As it keeps going, v'yesh la'ayin be'ezeh zivug mayri. So what yichud are we talking about here? He says, shehu masmid v'cholek machatzos halayla ad haboker, that continues on, that the yichud is a long one, and it goes all the way through until the morning. The im Hakavanot. So if the Hakavanot the bia rishon the zon the kad shal hakolel. So I've lost track already what's going on at this time, but he says if that's the yichud that's taking place, the bia rishon the zon the kad shal hakolel Haloch zivugim mistayim tekef acharatzos. So there it ends immediately after Hatzos. He's starting to a new section. So then they go back to their places, and then it is streamed down to them. Elohem amochen depanim, pamadek amochen. He says, so apparently there's a lot more over there to try to figure out which yichud we're talking about, whether it's the regular yichud or it's the yichud of Shavkat Shaus. It could be. So let's go to the next little piece here. So this is like a little plot that's going on here. It's getting thicker. He said, "B'chatzos yordin neshamas tzadikim." So what happens at midnight? The neshamas tzadikim come back down. So now he says, according to that, he says that's the reason for learning Torah after Chatzos. So getting into this idea. So reading from number Kaf Tes in the column on the left, start here. He says, this is what the Zohar says. Ki be'ez Chatzos alaylo, that there's an announcement made up above that the sheyardach and neshamas tzadikim v'tachtonim, the tzadikim v'tachtonim, their neshamas which went up in man, the mekomam ba'olam haza, into their place in this world. L'shvacha, l'marechom, to get the shavcha, I guess, l'marechom, to give praise to their master for this asa, but the aska b'raisa, and we're in Torah. So Mashanemis, in other words, the neshama of righteous people, he's really defining who's able to do this in a certain way. He says, "As'asa b'raisa b'sod mashen emer hine baruch chas Hashem kol avdei Hashem ha'omdi bebeis Hashem b'leilos k'nizker b'zohar v'yakel," etc. He says that's all that idea there. So if you're getting up at Hitzchos and you're going to say shvachos and learn Torah, that indicates who you are, or what your neshama is. Interesting idea. What's it say? Now let's go back again. Before Chatzos Alayla, he entertains, enjoys, celebrates with the tzaddikim, with the kodeshim and tzaddikim began Eden. Shezecha bebechinas aliyas and the shamas hatzadikim leman lenok the zeranpen ukuvishu yavor, as is going to be explained here, as we're going along here, is that this is the time when everything is going up to the nok and the tzilus, and like that. V'la'achar chatzos machriz and lamala. Then after chatzos, it's like they're let go, or they come back down. Machriz and the malash and neshamas of tzadikim atachtonim, the neshamas of the tzadikim atachtonim, sheba'olam hazer yerdu, they go back down. V'yachsu the gufim, they go back into their bodies. They la'amav, then why is that? So because this is the time for this yichud, for this learning. They la'amav v'la'asa b'shvachav shalakodesh baruch hu u'v'taraso. Possessod pasuk hine baruch hu chas Hashem kol avdei Hashem ha'on bebeis Hashem b'leilos. Let's come over and let's look. There was a little shefa here. There's a little shefa around here and there. And let me see what happened. We got number 12. Hey, we're on number Kaf Vav. Number Kaf Vav says, it says, it's quoting the Shvacha the Merechon, the Shavcha, I guess it is, the Shvacha, the Shavcha, the Merechon, Hainu the Varach Birchos HaShachar. So when he says, what is the Shvacha? The Shvacha is to say the Birchos HaShachar. This according to the Shem and Sasam. V'yesh Lomer Od. So also you could say like the Bepashta, the Hainu Lomer Shir V'Sishpachos. So it could be also the Beprat, Sefer Tehillim. Kederek Shahoya Derek HaMelech, also just like David HaMelech used to do at midnight. That would also be something to do. It's interesting he adds that idea in there. Now let's go to the next page. The next page, which goes like this. So now you have Ritzos, and you see this concept of the neshamas coming back at midnight for the purpose of studying. So Ad Chatzos Nimsayin the Shamas Tzadikim began Eden B'Sod Man B'Hakodesh Baruch Hu Mishtashea Imahem. Until the Chatzos, before that in Chatzos, you have this celebration that's going on with the neshamas and the Tzadikim who went up in Man to Gan Eden, and there, which is very, very penimistic a place, and there HaKadosh Baruch Hu meets them, so to speak, and they're Mishtashea together. So let's look at number Lamed. That was number Lamed. Let's look at number Lamed in the column on the right. He says, so let's, we just read that. Let's see, excuse me, I'm wrong. Number Lamed. Avara b'chatzos rishona shel halayla, az kudsha berichu ayil began Eden. He enters into Gan Eden. So this brings it, we've seen different kind of definitions, perhaps of Gan Eden. There's a Gan, one represents, I guess, Ma'u Ben, a kind of idea. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but here it sounds like Hashem manifests his presence, so to speak, more in this place, Gan Eden, and there it is that we meet. Mishtasheh Sham im neshamas tzadikim. So what's going on with this celebration that they're having? Who shenishmosechem olim b'sod man. That's because the neshamas go up into Gan Eden and the sod of man is order the mazivog who mishtashea behem, and he celebrates with them. V'achar kachem yordin l'mata v'la'asok b'torah. And then after that, let's give you that more into that sequence. He goes back to the Asa B'Torah Achar Tzos. So then they're going to go back and going to wake up in their bodies to Asa B'Torah. V'inyan Masha Amar Rishon B'Zohar. So what we say over there in the Zohar, Shebechetzach Alayla Harishon the Kodesh Baruch Hu Niknas L'Gan Eden Mishtasheh Sham Im Neshamas Tzadikim. He says Hakavanot. So what is he talking about? What's he trying to get at here? So he says, Hakavanot the neshamas tzadikim, shebe'olam hazab ha'olim l'mala b'sod man, of this world that go up above into man, b'sod man la'orach ha'zivug ha'na'asa b'chatzos, to arouse the zivug that takes place at nighttime. Amnam sha'ashu hazeh, this celebration, this yes, enjoying each other. Then nimshach rak ad katzos halayla. It only goes up to that point. Kevin she'achar shalach katzos layla yordus and the sham of the mountain asok b'torah, because then after that they go back, into this world, as we had said previously. So let's see. We're coming back onto the previous page on Kuf Nun Zayin. That would be page Kuf Nun Zayin. And we're going to look at the Shefa Hakavanot. The first one is number Kaf Zayin, and it says, the first half of the nighttime, as Kutsha Berichu Ayhu began Eden Mishtasheh Sham im neshamas tzadikim. Hine kan mevoyer Rav. So now here the Rav is explaining. Shebechetzach halayla harishon niknas HaKadosh Baruch Hu l'gan Eden lihishtasheya HaKadosh Baruch Hu v'neshamas tzadikim. That's what he said. And mechatzos l'chalon yordos neshamas tzadikim l'mata la'asok b'torah ba'olam hazeh. So he says, and this idea like this is vahu delo kahamavur l'chalon. It's not like we're going to explain later on. Lahalan behemshech hadrash, as the drush goes, shirak b'chatzos halayla niknas HaKadosh Baruch Hu Gan Eden. That only then is when he goes into Gan Eden. Lishtasheh b'neshamas tzadikim. You and Lahalan. So apparently there's a difference of opinion whether or not this is actually what happens at that time. Mashu kasavna bezel. What we say about that. Number Kaf Chas is also in the same area. The Lishtasheh sham im neshamas tzadikim. Bin hashal shuya hazeh. He says what? Because now, when we're sleeping, that's what happens to our souls that go up there. But the Shem and Sasa wants to be more specific. Only those neshamas, olas laman below neshamas Shaar b'nei Adam. So there's lots of different definitions of what a tzaddik is. So he's Bakasha those Lama the Isa Bezoyer, and he ties this to a shtickle Zohar in Parshat Vayakel. He's a Belayla Olas neshamas called Bnei Adam Lamal. At nighttime, all the neshamas go up. V'yeshnam malachim mumonim b'kol rikiya. So whatever level they there are channels there for them, and every are the openings and doors and order that greet them, in order for them to go up and up. Because Yibach neshama shal tzaddik posking law kol hasha'ar all of the gates are open, and they go up. He said, and they enter. Avach kashibayim neshamas shal anashim shalo zochen alos. Those malachim, he's saying, that guard the, so to speak, the channels going upwards, they don't let them in. So what happens then? They fly around, they float. So we have to think of some of the dreams that we have. I'm not sure exactly what they mean, but they're some of the dreams that we have floating around. V'hevi sham b'divrei Rav b'shar ruach hakodesh. What's he say there? Shehevi kamer tanoim, that he brought many different tanoim on the drushim on the drushim, v'kedei l'schus sheta'al nishmas olaman, so that they could have the merit, being able to. They were seeking to have the merit to go up there. The soul should go all the way up in man. O Messiah, the Shem and Sason. So the Shem and Sason over there, he concludes the lechein sarka adam lomar. This may be the tikkun that he was talking about, where it started, right? Had that question way back then. He says at the beginning of the lie, you say Kriya Shemala Lameta. Kitikuna im say the vidui together, though, also with the vidui that you say at that time. So he says the lechein sarak la'adam lomer Kriya Shema b'techilas alayla, at the beginning of the nighttime. I think he means before, when you go to sleep. Assuming that you go to sleep before midnight. V'gedoy tshuva, so he goes on to say that tshuva that you do at that time with the vidui along with it is powerful. So let me see what else. He said gedola the tshuva. The v'zecha v'yachal the schos, the zachos, or the schos, the alos, the shmasol, the malo, the man, and if you do that, that will give you the schos if you didn't have it before that. Let's say that when I think of a tzaddik, I think of a person who's a great leader, a great binding light. And here he's saying it could be you or me. It's just a question of what your kavanah is over here. When you say Kriya Shemala Lamita, that you're preparing your neshama for later on or after sleep to go up. So number Kaf Tesima Oras Hazivuk V'hu Mishtashei B'chem, and it causes this zivuk. So what is this celebration? Yes, Kitzas Mash B'chad B'chaloshin Shasha Yeshua Hu Mekoach Hazivuk Hana'asa Oz, because it's really because of the bringing of this tremendous yichud together as a result of the man that's going up there, Oz. But you got to wonder about this. The yichud takes place only at midnight. But what we're talking about over here, so a little bit more there. This is number 812. So we're about to do something interesting. Continuing on like this, and I think we'll stop here so that we could look at something I really having trouble reading in the Sefer Tzniuta. So this is, I think today's the 25th of Teves, 85. Okay, let me mark that and